Welcome back. Today we are going to be tackling the side battle of Bayou Fourche. We've got 15 brigades to play with, pretty standard balanced loadout. One set of howitzers, one set of parrots, and we're finally going to get to put into play my experimental brigade of Whitworths. Again, I'm going to be looking to get these guys closer in with their stealth, try to get some flank or rear shot canister. It's an experiment. We'll see how it works. Got a newer brigade of skirmishers to take the place of these guys, who are very firmly 3-star and have been retired. Speaking of retirements, in fact, note that I have sort of relaxing requirements on the level of officer required to stay in 3-star, and as a result, our retirement corps is getting quite full. So some of these guys are going to get promoted back out eventually as I fully fill up, but we are getting very close to having what I would consider our final army form, at which point I'm not going to have any new of these rookie brigades getting leveled up, so that's going to be interesting. It's going to start costing more money to keep them maxed out in size, to keep a division's worth to protect the smaller veteran units as they're starting to max out. I've got plenty of artillery that needs to get some more experience. Artillery just level so much slower than infantry that it's a bit more of a challenge. These guys are pretty close to retiring. I just want to get firearms to 100, and they should be good. Let's see. You'll note my rep is pretty low because we have 1863s finally. So I bought them out of the shop and started distributing them to at least these guys. I don't have enough here. But other than that, you've got 61s in the shop regularly. That is fairly pricey, but I have the money, so I probably will buy that after the next mission. Maybe, we'll see. I have a reasonable amount, but we'll see. Skirmishers, more sniper rifles, cavalry. Again, trying to build up Spencers. Probably pick up some 1859s as well after the next battle. That is not that bad. Artillery, same thing. Parrots, howitzers, James, and Whitworths. I'll buy a couple more Whitworths next battle, next grand battle, just to have spares around. But I'll stop buying them again. Barracks. This is the reason why I become more lax, because I just have so many officers sitting around that I just don't need. Got 2-star in every division, so in fact I now have 2 stars leading these rookies. Career points into training, because I'm going to now actually really need to start keeping my sizes up. And just as a reminder, we inflicted about 40,000 casualties as a result of Gettysburg. We take the report. They got about 50,000 back. So. The siege of Vicksburg has ended, and now the Union armies can be assigned to other expeditions across the country. We have been ordered to capture Little Rock, Arkansas, an important capital of the state that has seceded from the Union. Our cavalry division is already advancing towards Little Rock. South of the city, at Bayou Fourche, the Confederates are strongly entrenched behind the Arkansas River. If we repulse those forces, then Little Rock will fall easily, and the Southerners west of the Mississippi River will be completely separated from the Confederate mainland and will become demoralized. So we look at this terrain. It's like attacking across the ford here, or across this bridge or something here. This is ugly. They have a lot of guns. If these fortifications are accurate, we're going to want to flank all the way around to here, or try and sneak past here. I'm gonna have to look at it in game. Ugh, what a mess. The rebels hold a strong position north of the river. There are 3 available fords that cross the river. Here, at this section, and further up north. Wow, these are all not very good. Especially this is terrible. These are all bad. Part of your forces have landed on this small island and will soon join the attack. See, that's the good side to attack from. The main body of your army will attack from this direction. In order to dislodge the Confederates, you will need to develop a cautious rather than a bold strategy. Good luck, General. Okay, so do we get 5 brigades from here? What is this? This is terrible. I am not happy with this position at all, because we're completely cut off from this island. This is the side you want to advance on, because they're going to be in these fortifications and maybe contesting up here. Gosh. They probably even have an observation point, so I could shell them from here, but it's just ugly. What a mess. Yeah, so we're, you can see by the quality of these fortifications that we're definitely in the later parts of the war, and attacking these kinds of things head on is a mess. In fact, going for any of these, even in wheat fields, not recommended. The problem is, I'm pretty sure these guys have range that if I attempt to make this crossing, they do get a shot on me. It may be wise, it may be possible to sneak through, come this way, and just have the entire army attack from this side. Or I could... No, I don't think it's gonna work, because I can try and outshoot them from here on this cross. It's not gonna be easy, but I think it's doable. I have to watch for this marsh, this muddy terrain. But I think if I get like here, put a division and just fight them head on. You know, I really wish I brought melee cavalry, because you could start fighting, get them in, and charge, and then you sort of sacrifice them, and then you'll be able to take this position. I may actually need to get them shooting and then charge like 3 brigades together, just to deal with them. It really depends whether I get vision on these guys, if I have somebody sitting here. Because if I do, then I could leave like the Whitworths here, and they could pound this guy and get a flanking bonus, but I think that they're going to have vision on me. At any rate, yeah, we'll take the Whitworths, and we'll take the howitzers. Put these guys to the side for now. Yeah, I think 2 divisions, and then we will just walk through the forest here, and we'll go for that crossing. Can I not count? That should have been 1999. That's mysterious. Okay, whatever. And leave 1 brigade here just to keep an eye out. Like them. And the snipers, if I can get them around, they might be able to start working. They may not get seen. I feel like they don't have an observation point, so I don't know how useful they're going to be. So I think I'm going to not deploy the snipers. I'm going to deploy the artillery instead. They'll be able to get through faster here, and maybe something will have dislodged by then. I usually like to have the snipers out early, but like the terrain is just terrible. There's nothing for them to do because they can't get behind. Yeah, okay, I'm comfortable with this. Oh, okay, good. There is... drawing lines out, very tedious. Apologize for that. Maybe I should not have had the cart so far back, but that's okay. Yep, they do have vision. So that's magical. So they have some kind of position here. What the? Okay. That's stupid. You really? What are you doing? What are you doing? You have no idea how tempted I am just to be like, just to charge these. That's such a terrible idea. We have no idea how tempted I am just to charge them in there. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Get over here. Where's my other? What is this nonsense? Fact. Just send some skirmishers over. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, alright. They are. Well, they took a volley, but they basically did their job. Something over here. But we're gonna completely ignore this guy and swoop around. This is not really what I wanted to use the werewolves for, but this is such an awkward position because, like I said, they have vision there. So, oh, yeah, that's interesting. I've still got some skirmishers. You can go over there, sure. Why are you being seen? Oh, this is the map for Crampton's Gap. That's why. have to see the difference between parrots and Whitworths. This sort of thing. This is really not what I wanted to. What the heck? Okay. Why do they have so much cavalry? I really want to hit these guys in the back, but... This is the sort of thing where sometimes you just don't have any other choice but to say, alright, we're going to charge in here. And this is, you know, not the absolute best thing in the world, but these guys' condition charging across the river is, shall we say, not so great. However, sometimes that is just what you need to do. Effective. What are you guys doing? Come on, let's go. Those guys to draw. Very slow developing attack, and I'm kind of running out of time here. Come on, what are you guys doing? they don't. And because I have... I'm very concerned about time. Because I'm very concerned about time, you can see that I'm forming up to assault these basically head on, which is ordinarily the very last thing that I would do. But so keep playing around with him. These guys need to get at least a little bit of condition. Start sending out him. Waiting for an opportunity, and then he's going to charge across. Terrible. It's going to be a very bad ratio, but these guys are still holding up. battle. You know what, tell you what, the briefing talking about how this is going to be a very deliberate battle was entirely correct. Out that way, which is fine. They finally got smart and I guess had enough of that nonsense. Okay, we didn't get the complete wipeout. As you saw, it takes a lot of time to move around on a map as awkward as this. Still got the casualty count to come up solidly in our favor. So this is 5,700, 67, 73, 83, 9,000. 9,000 to our 1,300. So it's a decent ratio, especially on offense, especially, again, very, very awkward map. It takes a lot of time to get to the position where you want to be because you can't run into here. We saw that artillery getting into position. It would have been a complete murder fest because they're immediately backed up by the fortifications right here. Instead, we let our own artillery pound them for a while, do some counter battery fire. This is like pretty much exactly what you have parrots for. The Whitworths, I didn't get to use them in the way that I wanted to. This was still actually an interesting pick, I think, because if we go to, as we held our goals, if we go to the artillery, Harris, this is actually okay, and it's certainly better than the 12-pounder, the 24-pounders, which this is a terrible map for them because we're not on. We didn't get to set up anywhere, and it kept having to chase the lines. They still did, something, but this isn't really what you take 24-pounders for. This was interesting because the stealth let them get closer once I figured out that they weren't being used optimally there, which let them get actually some close range canister off on another gun. So that's interesting. These guys certainly prove their worth, however. Let's take a look at skirmishers. That's a good number. You can see that I got them out here, shot cavalry up a bunch, then started hunting artillery. So when they've got artillery in line with fortifications, that's a great time to stand back a little bit and either hit them with your parrots or hit them, walk up some snipers and force them to get pushed back because of that. So the parrots are always going to whittle them down. They're never going to retreat from that, whereas if you're just about to do an assault, you get your snipers to start hitting them, that will cause enough spike morale damage to force them to retreat. That'll give you an opening. Look at our infantry. You know, some of these guys were starting to lose some men as they were you know, having to take the shots, but still, you know, not awful for this kind of work. 1 wounded, 1 promotion. And in terms of goods, that, let's see, AT-55s is what they were using. Looks like kind of a mix. They had some Tyler, Texas as well. You can see that we were very fortunate. If we go back to the artillery, it's, you know, I was commenting, if you came into here, it would be a murder fest. And then I was looking at the kill counts here, and it didn't say anything, but it was like, you know, these are actually kind of low, surprisingly, for, you know, such a relatively commanding position, even though I had my guys shielded for a while. It's because they're using 12-pounder howitzers, which is very good for us, because 12-pounder howitzers are terrible. They're bad cannon. All in all, I'd say that it's a successful battle. Thanks for watching.